A Blox Fruits beginner just spent 14 hours grinding with Magma Fruit and unlocked Second C with 0 kills in PvP. That's not a grind. That's a waste, passage. If you're still doing any of these 5 mistakes in Blox Fruits, you're wasting hours of grinding time, and you don't even know it. These aren't small mistakes. These are the exact habits that keep beginners stuck in First C for weeks, while other players are already running raids in Third C. I'm fixing every single one of them right now. This is a full Blox Fruits beginner guide covering the 5 biggest mistakes new players make, and the exact fix for each one. We're talking real fruits, real mechanics, real grinding spots. No vague advice. If you're new to Blox Fruits or just hit Second C and feel stuck, this video is going to save you days of grind time. Let's start with mistake number 1, and it's one almost every single beginner makes in First C. Mistake number 1. Grinding with Magma Fruit when you should be using Buddha. And look, I get it. Magma is a Logia. It looks powerful. Its ground eruption move wrecks NPCs early on. But here's the thing. Magma has no AoE transformation. You're hitting one enemy at a time, slowly, while Buddha users are wiping entire spawns in seconds. Buddha Fruit, which costs 1.2 million Bili or 1,950 Robux, gives you a transformation that increases your hitbox massively and amplifies your sword or fighting style damage in that transformed state. The V move, called Heavenly Impact, literally clears groups, and it gets worse. Magma players in late First C at places like the Magma Village or Kingdom of Rose are spending twice as long per kill compared to a Buddha user. Buddha is the #1 grinding fruit in the game for a reason. It's been S tier since before Update 17, and it's still top tier now. If you're past level 700 and still on Magma, swap. Save your Bili, go to the Blox Fruits dealer, and make the switch. Your grinding speed will double overnight. That's not an exaggeration. That's just Buddha being Buddha. Mistake number 2. Never leveling up Buso Haki. This one is huge in the Blox Fruits beginner guide world because nobody talks about it enough. Buso Haki, also called Armament Haki, is not just a cosmetic upgrade. At max level, which is level 10, Buso Haki gives you a massive damage boost on every single hit. We're talking a damage multiplier that makes your sword, fighting style, or even fruit moves hit significantly harder against both NPCs and players. But here's the thing. Beginners unlock it and then ignore it completely. Buso Haki levels up by landing hits on enemies with it active. That's it. Just turn it on and grind like normal. The problem is, it has a stamina cost, so new players turn it off because it drains their bar. Don't do that. Keep it on. Level it up passively while you grind. By the time you hit Second C, a maxed Buso Haki will make your damage output feel like a completely different game. Full Ken and Buso together, which pros call Full Haki, is the baseline for every serious build in Blox Fruits. Ignore Buso, and you're literally leaving damage on the table every single session. Mistake number 3. Unlocking Instinct, also known as Ken Haki, and then never actually using it. Instinct lets you dodge incoming attacks automatically when it's active. It even lets you see enemies through walls at higher levels. You unlock it by talking to the Instinct teacher in the Skylands area of First C after completing his quest. But beginners either forget about it, or they activate it once, watch it dodge a hit, and then never think about it again. And it gets worse. In PvP, a player without active Instinct against a player with Instinct V2 is basically fighting blindfolded. Instinct V2, which you unlock in Second C through the Ability Teacher quest, gives you even more dodges and extends the dodge window significantly. Every dodge you land also builds your Observation Haki Mastery, which upgrades passive abilities over time. The fix here is simple. Bind Instinct to a key you're comfortable with and keep it active during every boss fight and PvP encounter. Against bosses like the Cursed Captain in Third C or the Island Empress, Instinct V2 is the difference between dying in 4 hits and surviving the entire fight. Use it. Always. Mistake number 4. Putting stat points into the wrong stats, and then wondering why your build feels weak. This is probably the most common mistake in every Blox Fruits grinding guide, and nobody emphasizes it enough. Blox Fruits has 5 main stats: melee, defense, sword, gun, and Blox Fruit. Every level you gain gives you stat points, and beginners spread them everywhere. A little into melee, a little into defense, a little into fruit. That's a trap. Spreading stats equally is how you end up with a build that does nothing well. Here's the fix. Pick one damage stat and pump it. If you're using Buddha with Dragon Talon fighting style, which is one of the best grinding combos in the game right now, you want max Blox Fruit for the Buddha transformation buff and max melee for Dragon Talon damage. That's it. Defense gives you a small health boost, but it's not worth the investment early on. If you've already spread your points wrong, you can reset stats using a stat reset item from the in-game shop or from completing certain quests. Don't grind another 10 levels with a broken stat spread. Reset, specialize, and watch your damage numbers actually mean something. Mistake number 5. Ignoring your race and never pursuing Race Awakening. When you first start Blox Fruits, you're randomly assigned a race: human, shark, angel, scypian, or mink. Most beginners completely ignore this. They never check what their race does, never level it up, and definitely never go for Race Awakening, which is one of the most powerful progression systems in the entire game. Here's the thing. Mink Race at V3 gives you a passive electro ability that enhances your attacks. Angel Race V3 gives you Skydash and a damage reduction. Ghoul Race, which you can unlock through a specific Halloween quest, gives you Lifesteal, meaning you literally heal while hitting enemies. And then there's Race Awakening to V4, added in Update 17 and expanded since, which gives every race a completely unique ultimate ability. Human V4 gives you a full counter burst. Shark V4 boosts your damage in water and gives water-based moves. These aren't small buffs. They change how your entire build plays. To level your race, you need to use the Racial Fruit in 2nd C, specifically at the Colosseum or through race-specific quests. If you're a mink and you haven't hit V2 yet, you're leaving a permanent passive speed boost on the table every single session. Check your race. Level it up. It's free power that most beginners completely miss. Those are the 5 things every Blox Fruits beginner gets wrong. Wrong fruit, ignored Buso Haki, unused instinct, split stat points, and forgotten Race Awakening. Fix all 5 of these and your grinding speed, your PvP performance, and your overall progression will feel completely different. If this Blox Fruits beginner guide helped you out, drop a like. It genuinely helps the channel. Subscribe if you want more Blox Fruits tips, tier lists, and update breakdowns every week. Comment below which mistake you were guilty of. Number 3 hits different for a lot of people. Let's get to work.